Lux is back, and it's bigger than ever.
We've got a man in the corner, and it's caught!
Can he hold them off? The roof will be raised in Wolfsburg.
Like an enemy in the night, mission impossible for two.
Both teams hungry, desperate to win that title.
Hello and welcome back then for the third and final time. This one is the big one. Our Bucks Women's Championship final. It's reigning champs Durham against the University of Nottingham here at the University of Wolverhampton. I'm Matt Hardy, alongside me once again Louis Melville. Louis, what are we expecting from this one?
Good afternoon everyone. Well, I think we've got the two top teams in the Northern Prem, so we can expect a high quality game. We know both these teams are packed with lots of high quality footballers. Can they convert it into futsal? So I think that's going to be an intriguing watch. You know, we spoke about in some of the earlier programmes, Durham are a bit of a machine. They're looking for a three-peat here after coming back off COVID. They cakewalked the final last year, 10-1 against Hartbury. But speaking to Jake Paul just before the game, I think he was confident that they could certainly make a game for him.
If there's a team that can stop them, it's this University of Nottingham team, isn't it? They've stopped them twice already this season. Can they go and can they do it again in the big one today? That will be the question that Jake Paul and Matt Ramsbottom on their bench will be asking of the players, won't it?
Yeah, and I think Jake's a really experienced coach. He's been around the block. He knows this programme inside out. He knows the players. So I think this is the place to do it. Let's see. This is going to be a long 40 minutes because both teams are going to test each other, and it's who can perform on the day.
So we're moments away from kickoff then. Referees going through their pre-match prep, about to do the toss, and we'll see whether, as Louis mentioned, Durham can win that third straight Bucks Championship title, or whether the Union Nottingham, the champions in the Bucks Premier Division North, can make those early season wins against Durham count. One thing, just talking, as you mentioned, to Jake and Matt off air during the break between the two games, Louis, recently, and obviously Nottingham lost to Durham in the recent football semi-final, which I think shows that twin track approach, but also means that today there's a little bit extra needle for them to try and make it count today and finish the season well.
Absolutely, and if that helps to make this game even better, a little bit more spicier, so be it. I think we'll take that.
So we're moments away from kickoff then. Durham with it. Their six, Megan Hughes about to take it. And here we go. Bucks Championship Futsal is go, and it's Nottingham who are straight on the attack. Oh, and I tell you what a chance that is for Ruby Atkins. Winning the ball back in transition, quickly breaking, and in the end it was just a touch that let her down, Louis.
Yeah, and also Larissa Hamblin, she didn't quite make that run into the second post, and that would have been an easy tap-in for her.
Long ball forward. But it's Nottingham who defend it out and look to attack. Fast start to this one. Chance for Durham. 1-0. Well, it's scrappy. It's not quite the picture book goal that you'd maybe want to see. But Durham take the lead, and Noah Find it is with the goal. She rode the challenge, she created it all for herself, and she was able to tow it home. Louis.
Yeah, I think that's futsal there in a nutshell. Nottingham had a chance, didn't quite get on the end of it, and it was a little bit of a scrappy goal, but it's found its way into net, and after 28 seconds, Durham find themselves 1-0 up, but as we know, Matt, a long way to go.
A long, long way, and we saw in the first game of the day, didn't we? An early goal doesn't always help, because suddenly you get that early goal and you almost have a false sense of security. And I see Nottingham with a chance straight away from this kick in to perhaps try and build something back. Good ball, nothing comes of it. Durham will defend it out and look to counter straight away. Nice, great feet. Looking for that second post area, keepers alert, and immediately looking to go on transition, Durham. Great feet again. Emma Wallace wriggling through there, didn't quite get away, but her team maintained possession. Here is Wallace again. Wins the kick in. Good defending from Larissa Hamblin there.
And Hamblin in possession there went past her opposite opponent way too easily, Matt.
Dale with a turn and strike, saved well. And immediately there, Durham in quickly, just to snuff out any chance of a counter. And Erin Brown, Durham's number 5, and Fix just clears the lines and is able to let her team reset. 1-0 Durham then in this one. If you're joining us late, a goal from Vicky Nieuwenfijn, their number 11. It's fortunate the ball's run out of play there, or she was well beaten, sort of over-pressing almost on that wing. But
yeah, we've got Esther Perry, the referee on the far side. She's refereed one of our games at St Mary's earlier in the season. Very, very good ref, manages the game well.
Yeah, really good referee, really highly thought of as well. Someone who has had a really, really good season after breaking into the game recently. It's Wallace again. She goes wide to Nieuwenfijn. Great feet. Wriggles free. Just happy to retain the ball. Wallace does well. I thought she'd lost it for a split second, and in the end it comes to nothing. Goal clearance. Chance for Nottingham just to regroup maybe. No, long ball. Put a long ball that Ruby Atkins just can't, sorry, not Ruby Atkins, Maya Lewis-Powell just can't control.
Yeah, Nottingham going early with the shelling there of the ball into the pivot or the wing.
Challenge completed. Hamblin with the kick in. Looks cross-field. And there we go, 1-1. Lewis-Powell in that second post area. How many times today, Louis, have we said, get to the second post? You never know what might happen. Maya Lewis-Powell does it there and brings her team level. Really good kick in. Well, game on.
Yeah, what was great about that is the way they switched the play, moved Durham across, and then just be there on the second. But she almost was waiting for it, wasn't she? It was like hand on the post, and can I get the finish in?
Nice movement there as well. Her movement out, sort of without the ball there, just to create space for herself and go and receive it in that last phase of play. It's really good. Lewis-Powell, intelligent play. Good start to this one, and you can hear the noise from the Nottingham bench. Well, they believe, don't they? Meadows to take it. She goes back to Lucy Robinson. Good ball. I tell you what, inches away from Giovanna Pereira scoring their second and putting them in front. Long ball. Oh, and just like that, Vicky Nieuwenfijn makes it 2-1 Durham. Well, the reaction there was really strange afterwards, wasn't it? It seemed to be, there wasn't a lot of reaction to it, and it seemed quite strange in what happened, but really simple for Durham. Long ball from the keeper. What a ball that is. Keeper does well, spills it, and then regains it at the second attempt.
Yeah, I'm not sure she thought the ball was going to get to her. I think the keeper was favourite there, and there was kind of a little bit of confusion, didn't gather it in properly, and then it fell to her and put it in the back of the net. As you say, probably the most underwhelming reaction we've had all day to a goal.
Yeah, to the point that I had to pause for a split second because I thought I was celebrating something that wasn't given. Here's Wallace again. Good challenge, allowing no room for Faye Dale to even retain possession, but she does keep the kick in, and it'll be Wallace to take it on the halfway line. She goes back to Brown. Nice from Wallace. Looks for Dale, looks into that area, and you'll find on her heels. Then not attacking that space and Nottingham able to clear their lines, but Durham certainly will be happier with how this game started, Louis.
Yeah, I was just trying to reflect on the goal that they've just scored, and I think they got caught out a little bit. They were a little bit slow in retreating, and the fix hadn't really located where her direct opponent was and got caught out.
They'd made a change out of possession as well, which I didn't think helped them. And there's Vicky Nuafine again, and Wallace to keep this alive. Nice reaction. And here we go. Durham's goal scorer in another good area and forces a good save from the keeper, Faye Hazelton.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say Durham have noticeably picked up the tempo of this game, started to move the ball quickly. There's a really good tempo, good rhythm to what they're doing, and they almost unlocked them there.
Wallace over it. Yeah, fine with the strike. High and over.
Yeah, they need to be careful. That's a bit of a warning there, Matt, because that is quite a hefty strike there, and if she gets that on target, they'll need to be a little bit quicker in getting out and getting a block on that, because if that's on target, that's going to cause a problem.
And Nottingham's turn to look long. Quite work, and the high crossfield ball is over the head of Larissa Hamblin, and immediately Wallace looking to get the game played, but this time Nottingham alert to it. But so was Nuafine coming forward. Here's Dale. Here's Wallace. 3-1. Really good team move this time from Durham. It was almost transition, then transition, wasn't it? And as they came forward, it was Emma Wallace who puts the final touch on a really good move. 3-1.
Yeah, just lost their possession there. As you say, there was a multiple transition, and on that last one, they just lost it in a bad area. Player couldn't recover, and then a couple of passes later, the finish, really accomplished finish in the back of the net, and suddenly it's 3-1. And Jake Paul has called the timeout, I think, really just to stop this and just give him a chance to pause and for them to think and hopefully reset. But Durham look like they're into their stride already.
They do, and it was really good work from Vicky Nuafine, wasn't it, at the start of that move, just to coming back in to win that ball. Tireless work that you need from a winger in that sort of situation, and then immediately starting the attack. And it was well finished by Emma Wallace at the end. Her first of the game, her team's third, and yeah, a timeout for Nottingham, a chance to just reset and just remember, still 35 minutes left in this game. There's a long way to go.
Yeah, hopefully we're not going to have a repeat of last year's final where Durham run away with it. We do want to see a competitive final, but you've got to give Durham all credit for what they've done. They took the lead, a minor setback, but they've run with the ball there and got themselves a healthy 2-goal lead.
Here is Wallace, the goal scorer, coming forward again. Hamblin in quickly. Only results in a Durham kick-in. Dale, nice turn. Perhaps turned the wrong way though. And in the end, Nottingham breakaway just ends up in keeper Anna King's hands, and Durham can build again. Wallace looks for Brown. Good defending by Nottingham. Chance perhaps to get a break. She recovered really well, Durham player.
Yeah, Nottingham did really well there. They really pushed the press up there and really got some high pressure on them and have got themselves a good position here.
Chance here, Wallace breaking, Dale to her left. Here we go, what a goal. Really good breakaway, textbook transitional goal. Nottingham careless on their set piece. And Emma Wallace is on hand to tap in. The easiest goal she'll score all day, I'm guessing, Louis.
Yeah, we spoke about set pieces in earlier games, Matt, and I think generally conversations in set pieces around the game is how important they are. That's not just setting them up and knowing your rule, but making sure that first pass is really important, or that first action is really important.
Wallace forward to Dale. Dale holding it, just trying to retain possession, does really well. Really strong under pressure there from Emily Jacobs. And Faydale's able to maintain an attack as Wallace looks across goal. But Alex Gatt is just on her heels a little bit, maybe a little bit above her. Now Nottingham's turn to look long. Can't retain possession. Wallace again coming forward, strong in the challenge. And certainly early stages of this one, Durham looked very much the one that settled more into the physicality of the game, Louis.
Yeah, I think what is also hurting them is the unforced errors here, so giving the ball away needlessly, and Durham are really quick to seize and their transition is excellent. They're breaking forward, they're getting players forward. It's not just one player breaking, they're breaking in twos and threes.
Changes starting to be rang then as Faydale comes out of court, and she's replaced by Durham's 9, Niamh Doody.
The frustrating thing for Jake Paul will be the timeout came out straight away. They really great press, won themselves a corner, and then to lose that goal there from, let's be honest, it was a poor corner, and went the whole length of the court to score.
It's those kind of moments, isn't it, that's really let them down so far, though, where just completely unforced errors and ball going out of play and just turning over possession, and the Durham machine, as you called them earlier on in the day, will just keep coming, and they'll take advantage of every single one of them. Hamblin. Long ball forward in search of Freya Anderson, leads to nothing. And again, it's a speculative one rather than being an actual controlled pass, isn't it? It's more hit into an area, and like we call it, you hear it in football, that hit and hope pass, isn't it? And that's what that felt like for me.
Yeah, and I think what this start does for Durham is it gives them a bit of licence and freedom to really go and press Nottingham and really put them under even more pressure. Don't allow them a chance to get back into the game.
Really good play by Doody to hold it up, finds Gatt. Gatt goes back to Brown. Here is Brown again. Really good play between Brown and Gatt into Doody's feet, but she's not strong enough in that. But Gatt recovers the ball well. No, Esther Perry says ball out, and Nottingham will have a kick in and some respite. Just almost feel like Jake Paul's team just need a few moments of just maintaining possession for a little bit and just almost take a bit of control in the game. They're almost rushing already because of the scoreline, aren't they?
Yeah, we spoke about this a little bit earlier in games where right now you need to forget about the scoreboard. Just play the game that's in front of you, and can we just get the next goal and see where we go from there. Again, we saw in the previous game where 4-1 became 4-2, and the feel of the game changed quite quickly, didn't it? And suddenly it was Warwick that were on the back foot.
Dale back onto court. Gatt, nice idea into Doody, but Jacobs is in quickly. Nice battle starting to develop between those two. No foul in there. That one will be though. And we have our first foul of the half against Emily Jacobs and Nottingham, and Durham able to build a game. Here's Brown. You can really see Durham trying to isolate Niamh Doody 1v1 with Emily Jacobs. Happy to have the ball under pressure as a three at the back end of the court, aren't they? And just turn that ball around the corner. I think then the challenge is probably, Louis, to go and how quickly they can go and support, right?
Absolutely.
Nottingham in quickly. Chance. Good save. Really good save, Anna King. That was all Lauren Wilshaw's own work. And a shot. Keeper equal to a shot. Another poor set piece. And in the end, Dell only clears the lines, but the quality on those has to be better from Nottingham.
Yeah, the second pass there, that was there to be picked off. Fortunately, Durham were just far enough away for that not to be an issue, but the ball speed's so important. You know, this is quite a fast court, but at the moment Nottingham just not helping themselves with that.
Another unforced error by Emily Jacobs, and probably sums up the opening 10 minutes of this game for Nottingham. They find themselves 4-1 down against Durham, the reigning champions, looking for a third straight Bucks Championship win. Nottingham, of course, the champions of the Bucks Prem North this year, have beaten Durham across the course of the season. Would have been hoping that this game would be much closer than it looks at the moment, but Durham, their experience of the day and the occasion, really starting, you feel, to, well, at the start of this one, has really played a part. Here's Dale. They look much more relaxed, and she's got a chance again. Hamblin does well, but immediately Doody wins it back, and Dale swiveling, just couldn't find the target.
Yeah, they get themselves into that final third around the D, and they are causing Nottingham lots of problems when they do get there.
Good play, and Hutchins is on this left-hand side there. Just didn't quite believe in herself, did she, to get on the end of that ball there? But that's a bit better by Nottingham, into the pivot and looking to play off, looking to get support in.
I think the other thing that Durham are doing well is they're managing their bench. They're making the changes to keep it fresh out on the court.
Good challenge by Thea Clerkin then, because just for a split second I thought Alex Gatt was in. And Gatt will take the resultant kick in. Goes back to Brown. Gatt receives it back. Ball's worked out to Wallace on this right hand side. She looks for Doody. Great touch. Wallace! 5-1. Emma Wallace has her hat trick. What a move that is for Durham. Their number 3 has been inspirational so far in this half, and deservedly helps herself to her 3rd goal and her team's 5th. Louis.
That is a great touch there by Doody. She's taken the complete team out there with that touch, and then it's just about getting your finish off.
Really good from Wallace again. A little bit over exuberance maybe.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a nice informative chat with the referee, and we'll move on.
A bit needless from both, isn't it, getting involved in that sort of situation, but how many times you see that with young players?
Yeah.
But either way, second foul of the half, and Wallace restarts the game. Here's Brown. Jacobs in quickly to snuff out that forward ball in search of Doody. Chance. And Nottingham just couldn't quite get there.
That was a really good chance, just held back a little bit and then went for it. It was too late. That was a great chance there.
That split second, isn't it, from Eleanor Hutchins. Just decision making not quite there. Durham working really hard as soon as the ball's turned over just to get back into shape. You can hear Coach Chris Sewell really clear in his instruction that he wants his team back into shape and back behind the ball as quickly as possible, like this situation here from Doody. That's really good work from Wallace. She does well. Finds Gatt on the left hand side as well, and just for a split second then it opened up. Jacobs did well. Wallace. No real options ahead of her. Happy to put a foot on the ball, and as she would be, 5-1 up. 12 minutes into a half. Durham seemingly at the moment in cruise control, Louis.
Yeah, and I think I'll just break off here.
Chance for them to break. Gatt. Doody, good challenge. Brown, she's just quicker, more alert to it. Good effort as well. And goalkeeper Hazelton called into action once again.
Yeah, and although that wasn't the greatest pass into the middle there, I think sometimes as a player you've got to read that and then try and make that into a good pass.
Yeah, certainly to me, it just looked like Erin Brown, the Durham fix, was just more alert and more lively than Nottingham's pivot. It's been a feature of how Durham have played so far. She's been ever present on court so far in this one. seem happy to just leave her in there and change the players ahead. Jacobs looks long. Again, more of a speculative one than a controlled pass. And so far, Nottingham have flattered to deceive a little bit from what we certainly hoped we would see from them pre-match.
Yeah, I think they will be. There's still 7 minutes to go in this half, so this game could change. But at the moment, as you say, Durham very much in control. And I think it falls on Nottingham to take the initiative. If they want to get themselves back into this game, they're going to have to work hard to do that, make Durham start making mistakes, and then hope they get a goal, and then that starts momentum.
Again, they were finding on that left-hand side. Shot was blocked, and a chance maybe for Nottingham to break. Durham immediately on the press though, and force a mistake almost, and then the ball just runs through to Anna King, and her throw finds Doody. Been really impressed with, actually, is the pivot. Great first touch, always looking to be positive. This time doesn't come to anything. And in the end, slight confusion on Nottingham changes means Durham get the ball back anyway.
Yeah, I think the goalkeeper did the right thing there to dump the ball. He wasn't sure. Don't give them an opportunity, so just reset by going along and get your plays on the court.
Brown just guilty of trying to force that pass a little bit then, and Ruby Atkins was in quickly. Wallace finds Brown. Brown into Nua find. Looks forward, looking and searching for Doody, doesn't quite find her. Nottingham regain possession with the kick in.
Yeah, and they really need to try and find some meaningful possession in this game, because at the moment they're not making much progress up the court, and possession starts in a couple of passes like that.
Too many of those moments, isn't it? Nurfine able to come forward. Here we go though. Hamblin, options right and left. Opts for right. Probably not the right option either, was it?
Well, I think on that pass, again, it could have been a lot quicker, a lot more pace on that pass. That was a 3v1, and they've got to make the most of those opportunities.
And in the end, it all comes to nothing. Durham able to try and come forward again.
I think they might have got away with that kick in there, because it looked like a double touch to me.
Wallace seizes on the loose one, and straight away Durham on the attack. Another kick in, another opportunity.
As soon as they won possession there, Faye Dale, the number 8 on the right hand side, she's on the move straight away. She's not waiting to see what happens. She's going in case that ball appears.
It's a really good strike, isn't it, from Vicky Nurfine? Her and Emma Wallace have been in the goals already today, but she's certainly in the mood and has a great left foot.
Yeah, it's a couple of times she's teed one up. She's going to get one on target soon.
Dale to take this corner then. Sets back for Wallace. Shot blocked. Brown will retain possession for Durham. Finds Wallace. Comes back to Brown eventually. Dale, the pivot, opting short this time. Really good pressure from Nottingham in the end, and they have a kick in with Ruby Atkins over it. Referee not happy with the position of it though, so just looking to set it back. But really good start for Durham. They'll be happy with how the first 15 minutes of this one has gone and look fully in control, Louis, and as you say, looking for that three-peat.
Yeah, they've been absolutely ruthless in front of goal. Those chances they've had, there's been no doubt about, they're going in the back of the net, and I think the confidence is just growing through the team. But Nottingham have to find a way to try and disrupt that. Can they put some doubt in their mind, get a goal, and then just change the narrative of the game?
I think that's the important thing, isn't it? A goal. If they can find a goal from something, anything. We saw in the last game, didn't we, how a seemingly comfortable performance for Warwick was just changed by that second goal for Bath, and then gave Warwick something to think about. If Nottingham can find something, these kind of moments. A touch of luck, that's the ball, there you go, just like that. Lewis Powell again on that second post. Loose passes seized on in the middle of the court, and Lewis Powell shown already in early signs with her 2 goals. She's not afraid to go and get onto that second post area. And now suddenly like that just lifts Nottingham a little bit. The supporters down in front of us, you can hear a bit more vocal.
Yeah, absolutely. And that it was a double transition really. They mishit pass and they got it back, and that's what we need to see. Players prepared to get on that second post, and then things will happen.
Hamblin looking to go forwards. In the end almost went in the space behind Lewis Powell with that diagonal, no options on. Dale does really well, somehow keeps control of the ball, finds Noah Find! What a response from Durham. Individual quality from their number 8, Faye Dale. She somehow kept the ball alive, somehow found the pass across goal. And their 11, Vicky Nuafine, gets her 3rd of the game. 2 hat-tricks for 2 players in their team. And Durham with a great response to Nottingham's 2nd.
Well, that's twice now where Durham have responded really positively, really quickly to conceding a goal.
Here come Durham again with Gat. She'll set back for Brown. Just got her feet tangled up there. Somehow almost kept it alive, and Nottingham with a chance to break again. Poor decision though. And suddenly here's another opportunity. Nuafine on that left foot. Finds Dale. Dale holds it up. And in the end can only win a corner.
Yeah, just couldn't quite find the finish there, but I think the ball was probably not where she wanted it to be and lacked a little bit of pace, but perhaps she could have taken the shot there in the middle.
Gat takes it, finds Dale again. In the end, just sort of raced away from her, just couldn't quite sort of feet out with that one. Durham happy just to take the kick in. 3 minutes left in the half. They lead 6-2.
Yeah, and I think we're in the stage of the game where Durham will be quite happy to just try and manage this clock and get in for half time and have a regroup and then think about, well, we've just got to manage the next 20 minutes. But for Nottingham, they've got to find a way not just back into the game, but try and get within touching distance of Durham.
Yeah, another long one. Bit better initially from Nottingham there. Freya Anderson retained possession and then almost tried to force a pass, didn't she? And it leads to nothing. There's been too many of those moments, as you've touched on already, Louis, isn't there, for them, and just not enough. Jacobs in a real tangle there, but somehow Durham keep possession. Very, very scrappy for Nottingham, hasn't it? No control really in the half. I think that will probably be, knowing Jake Paul, that will be the most disappointing thing from him. Seem not a fair reflection of the side that they are, I would say, so far.
Yeah, I think that's fair, Matt. The quality of what they can do and what we're seeing at the moment, there's definitely a gap, and undoubtedly they've got room for improvement, but we're going to have to start seeing it very soon.
It's Anderson. She'll set back, and it's Jacobs again, looking long. Not really anything there for Pereira, and all feels a bit forced. Nottingham just needing this half-time whistle, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they had the ball in the middle there, and the number 16, Helena Meadows, she sort of stood back and really needed that player to drive forward to be another option, and then they were forced to go back.
Again, kicking comes to nothing. Durham comfortable with that. Okay, Brown surrenders possession once again. Here is Meadows. Better, nice give and go. Almost wrong foots the keeper. Off the deflection, and Anna King does well in the end just to get down and save it away and concede the corner.
Yeah, that was a very good save. That was a horrible deflection, and she recovered well.
Another poor execution on that corner. Just overhit the weight of that pass all wrong, wasn't it? And there we go. Just like that, Durham going long, opening the game up. Really, really quick in those moments and just turning the game over and restarting play. And Nottingham haven't been alert to it all half. Pereira will take the kick in. She goes back to Jacobs. Good ball into Pereira. Bounces off. Dale almost trips herself up. Can't get there. Good effort.
Yeah, she did well there, Matt, to get out of her feet and to get the shot off.
Yeah, Anderson wriggling through. Speculative one maybe, but as you say, Louis, really well just to open it up and get a shot in on goal, and another chance for them maybe. Another save from King. Nottingham just with a couple of almost half chances late on in this half. Referee just reminding Meadows to reset that ball, and then pretty much the story of their game so far. A needless unforced one just runs out of play on the other side.
Yeah, just a little bit more composure on the ball, just trust yourself a bit more and a bit of patience.
Brown will look for Gat. Happy to have the ball back as well. Looks long in search of the pivot. Nothing on. Pereira does well. Finds Anderson. Anderson closed down quickly. But in the end, a twisty and turning Clarissa Jackson can't get any further than halfway. Nottingham with a chance just to end this half positively maybe. Not like that, they won't. Anderson looking forwards again. Nothing really comes of it, and now Durham, you would imagine, 5 seconds left, will finish this half with the ball. Really good first half performance from them, Louis. Ruthless, as you said, showing their experience at the level, and deservedly lead 6-2 at the break. Nottingham with work to do, work to reset. And Durham, I'm sure, will be really, really pleased as they go into this half-time.
Yeah, I think they've been asked a couple of questions, Durham, by Nottingham with those goals, and they've responded straight away in the best possible way by scoring another goal to cancel out the effect of that goal. I'm sure Nottingham will be hugely disappointed with that first half. You've got to give all credit to Durham. They've gone out there and taken the game by the scruff of the neck. They've imposed themselves on Nottingham. Their finishing has been excellent. Their movement off the ball has been excellent. You know, I would say they haven't had to work particularly hard to do that, but they've done all the basics really well, and they've earned the right to be 6-2 up.
Yeah, good chance then just to go over what we saw in that first half and some of the key moments. And it was really the story of how the game would go in these early phases, wasn't it? Emma Wallace winning that ball back. Slight mistake there, and then suddenly as it breaks through, Vicky Nuerfine just rode the challenge and towed it home.
See, when you look at that, she's gone through 2 challenges to get that shot off.
This one, well, we thought when that one went in from Maya Lewis-Powell, it was game on, and looked like Nottingham would had atoned for that earlier error, but then from here, it was pretty much all Durham. Long ball, really simple. Again, Nuerfine more alert than anybody else, and she's able to win the battle with the goalkeeper and score her second of the game. Yeah,
the first one there was obviously the fix lost sight of her opponent, and then that allowed the rest of it to develop.
This was a really good goal, probably my favourite of the half. They win the ball back well, and then they're able to break. This one just a textbook transition almost. How many times in training would you see 2v1 situations like that, Louis? And Emma Wallace able to tow home.
Just excellent decision making there, making the right decision at the right time to bypass all the defenders.
This is another good goal. What a touch that is by Niamh Doody, and Wallace grabbed her hat-trick. with a lovely give and go, almost that inverted wall pass is in a way. Nottingham did hit back though. Maya Lewis-Powell again at that second post area, almost similar to her first goal. And then the final goal of the half, individual quality from Chloe Dale. I don't know how she managed to keep the ball alive. Somehow does, finds a pass into that 6 metre area, and Vicky Nuafine helped herself to her hat-trick. So half-time here, Durham lead in the Bucks Championship final 6-2 against Nottingham, and the team in green and gold have work to do in the second half. Stay with us, the action will be back shortly. Welcome back then to the University of Wolverhampton for our final half of futsal for the day. Durham leading 6-2 here against Nottingham in the Bucks Championship final for the women. The reigning champions in full control, Louis, as we approach the final 20 minutes.
Yeah, Jake Paul's had 10 minutes with his team to try and find a solution to stop Durham taking their third consecutive national championship. At the moment, you'd have to say they're hot favourites, Matt, but Nottingham, I think the next goal, dare I say, is going to be crucial in this game. At 7-2, I think they can start putting the ribbons on the trophy, but 6-3, then suddenly that might put a little bit of doubt in their mind, and if they can get that goal, they've just got to try and see out the next 4 or 5 minutes to stop Durham from replying, because that's exactly what they've done.
So if you're Jake, then as we get back underway, what is it you're saying to the girls at half-time?
Well, I think they need to establish some control in the game.
Good decision from the referee. Just we paused it. Just waited there. You saw referee just to see Ricky Ansher whether Nottingham had an advantage there as Lauren Wilshaw tried to regain a balance. Nothing in, so a free kick.
Yeah,
Sorry, Louis.
I was just going to give the ref some credit there. It's a really, really good decision there. Just allowed that to go long enough, but no advantage. So I'll let this play out, Matt.
Yeah, Jacobs over the free kick then. Strike at goal. Good save from Anna King. And in the end, comes to nothing, but better from Nottingham. Better signs. They'll be more hopeful with that.
Yeah, and I think also just looking at Maya Lewis-Powell, the number 14, who's got both Nottingham's goals, I think trying to get her on the court as much as she can cope with is going to help as well, because she seems to be a bit of a threat and gets in the right positions.
I think that was my big takeaway, is she was probably the most positive of their players in the first half, and I felt wasn't on court for long enough, wasn't able to impact the game as much as she probably would want to.
See, we saw that pass there into Emily Jacobs, and as soon as she played the ball, she was heading for the second post, looking for the return.
Good defending from Helena Meadows there, but Durham have a kick in. Gap will take it. Referee Esther Perry just asking Lewis Powell to retreat the correct distance. Brown into Gap. Wriggles free of the challenge. Lewis Powell recovers well, really strong. Chance for Meadows to break. Good strike, but straight at Anna King, and suddenly Durham have the chance to go long, and Jacobs does really, really well. More alert than perhaps Nottingham were in the first half on those ones.
Yeah, it was a really strong challenge early on. I thought it was a fair challenge.
Yeah, I did as well. I thought Lewis Powell just too strong for Alex Gatt, and Durham coach Chris Saul not happy with it, but I think the referee got that one spot on for me.
Yeah, no doubt. It was a strong challenge, but just because a player goes down, I don't think it's necessarily a foul.
Gatt to take this corner then. Looks to set for Brown. Blocked. Nyefeld tries to keep it alive, and in the end it goes back to Anna King, who's just happy to clear her lines, and ball goes out of play behind opposite number Hazelton's goal. Nottingham retain possession. Lovely ball into Jacobs here. Wriggles free. Sets back. Shot. Just wide.
Yeah, and they did well there, Nottingham. They got themselves in an advanced position up the court. I'll just break off as this goes long.
Yeah, Jacobs across quickly again to just prevent Dale's progress, and yeah, Nottingham able to build once again. Loose touch though. It's not what Lauren Wilshaw want in that situation, and unforced error.
Yeah, in that previous attack, they moved the ball around, got some possession, moved the ball around to get a chance with get the shot off, and they just need prolonged more spells of that sort of stuff really happening for them on the court.
Yeah, in the end, Meadows just guilty perhaps of just dragging a shot a little bit. Much better signs, but Nyevelt comes free. Advantage played by the referee. Another good call. Brown into Durham's 11, Nyefeld. She defends well, and Jacobs did really well there, and it took a heavy landing as well. We have the first foul of the half.
Yeah, it was well defended there and won the foul. And just a little bit too heavy for the ref, and out comes the card.
Two and a half played then. Nottingham, I'm sure, will be much happier with the way they've played in the start of this half, if not registered a score yet, but have to avoid too many moments like that where they've given away possession to Alex Gatt. Gatt under a bit of pressure here. She do. Yeah, needless foul, silly one from Lauren Wilshaw. Alex Gatt going nowhere.
Yeah, I think I can understand what they're trying to do there, but the players facing their own goal and you've got them cornered, don't allow them an easy out.
Frustrating ones, aren't they, when you're a coach in that situation. Jacobs does well to keep that one alive, but then runs into trouble. Meadows then can come forward. Good strike, good save. Really good stop from Anna King. More purpose about Nottingham in this half, and Meadows already come close a couple of times. She forced a good save there.
Yeah, just more spells like that for Nottingham, and they'll feel a bit more confident and try and get this next goal.
Set piece routine here then. Looking for, as Lewis Powell keeps it alive, and in the end well defended. Jacobs with the kick in. Sets it back for Wilshaw. Wilshaw gives it away. She does well to recover though, and it's just a kick in.
Yeah, really good set piece there from Nottingham. Lots of distraction, disruption, and a decent enough shot.
Fine. Goes back to Brown. Brown looks forward into pivot Dale. Just happy to retain the ball, Durham. As she would be at 6-2. Just happy to take as many of these spells as they can. 20, 30 seconds at a time if they can. Running that clock down and let the clock build a little bit of pressure on Nottingham. Hazelton going long again, looking for Lewis Powell. She got caught perhaps wrong side of Erin Brown there. Gatt looks down the line into Dale. Great feet. A cross goal. And a combination of Lewis Powell and goalkeeper Hazelton somehow prevent that one. Chance here maybe for Nottingham. Meadows' shot is blocked.
Yeah, I was asking a lot of her to get something out of that, but she's managed to force a corner.
Sets back for Maya Lewis Powell, scorer of both Nottingham goals. She's run herself into a bit of trouble, but in the end does really well to maintain possession. Here come Durham again though, this time with Brown. Good ball, and Alex Gatt, she tried the theatrics almost in a way, didn't she? And
yeah, that would have been an audacious goal if she'd have pulled that off. But it was, again, it was a really good move there by Durham. Moved the ball quickly, switched from side to side, pulled Nottingham around, and then just a touch away from a goal.
And Nuafine just has to be careful here, doesn't she? A couple of fouls now, a couple of talkings to by referee Ricky Ansher. I think that's her third one, and quite clearly there you can see him saying no more.
Yeah, I don't think that was a malicious foul. She just misread the situation, and Crystal making a wise decision, get her off the court, get her out the firing line.
Game restarts then. Nottingham ring the changes as well. And in the end, Ruby Atkins' run comes to nothing. Anderson at the top line. Nottingham looking to press really high, force that ball long. That's exactly what they want to regain that possession. Keeper Hazelton looks long into Anderson. Chance maybe. No. Wallace. No. Intercepted. And somehow Nottingham keep possession with Lauren Hamblin. She looks down the line for Anderson, but only finds touch, and Nottingham's kicking. Here is Anderson again, looking to hold the ball up, looks for support, finds it. It breaks, and Dale, the chance to chase maybe, and wins her team a kick-in. Good pressure, good defending by Durham, really.
Yeah, they're just managing the game at the moment. You know, there's just under 15 minutes to go, and it's really going to be incumbent on Nottingham to force the game and lift the game and ask lots of searching questions of Durham.
Pressure by Anderson, but Brown equal to it, and then Gatt just had wriggled free of Atkins for a split second, but just lost the balance, and Nottingham have the ball back. Here's Hamblin. She looks down the line for Anderson. Anderson does well. Strong challenge from Dale. Gatt, equally strong challenge and does really, really well, and wins the team a free kick as well. These kind of moments are all good for Durham, aren't they? These little moments where the game breaks and 20, 30 seconds of court time where the clocks roll in and nothing's really happening. Just builds that pressure on Nottingham.
Yeah, some good refereeing there, because gave that move a chance to develop, but there was no advantage. And then I think there was a handball anyway, but I think the rest has given this game every chance to try and flow.
I've been really impressed with the refereeing all day, Louis. I think it's fair to say, isn't it? We have a really small pool of referees in this country, led by Mark Burkett, and I know working really hard as a group to try and recruit more, try and develop more, and not the easiest thing to do. Nobody wants to referee, do they? You don't a lot of the time, and you come into these situations as a sport like futsal. It's really difficult to find them, so to find the calibre of the ones we've had on show today, I think is really positive for the game. Dale does well to win a kick-in for her team, and Gatt will come over and take it in no rush. A little bit early to be holding the ball in the corner, but chance for Anderson to break maybe. Lovely touch. Wallace equally great defending to do well, and they drive forward. Been really impressed with Emma Wallace.
Yeah, they're just out of possession at the moment. Durham do what they need to do. That's the most important thing. They're prepared to do the very basics, get back, deal with your opponent. Am I covering? Am I behind the ball? And then that gives us the best possible chance to win the ball back.
Hamblin does well, and a chance here, 3v2, pick the options. Anderson snatched at the shot. Had more time than that, didn't she?
Yeah, I think she could have took a rolling soul touch there and get it out of her feet and then set the goalkeeper up.
Doody just couldn't control that one this time. Uncharacteristic of her performance today that her touch let her down, but kicking comes to nothing because Wallace intercepts it, and a chance for Gatt to break. No.
But I mean, what that last Nottingham move shown, Matt, was that they can unlock that defence, they can get themselves into good opportunities, and they just need to get more of those opportunities to do that.
Good feed by Anderson again, but Brown really strong and comes away, and another foul. Frustration, I think, more than anything from Anderson there.
Excellent defending. I mean, she earned that free kick, and her pure strength and technique got her out of that situation, and hopefully she's not too seriously injured.
I can't remember Erin Brown coming off court in this one. I think she's played pretty much every minute, which is an exceptional performance considering how involved she's been in what Durham have done in the game as well.
And maybe that's a sign, Matt, of also just how comfortable Durham have been in the game so far. We really want to see Nottingham test Durham, really raise the tempo of the game, move them around the court, really make them uncomfortable out there with pressure, and then create those opportunities to get themselves back in this game.
Durham free kick then when we restart. Wow, not offering to sub her off. Erin Brown straight back onto court. And there she is, going and winning the ball. Does well and just bounces away from Doody, doesn't it? But they keep it alive. Nice touch. And very nearly their 7th goal of the game.
Yeah, just fortune on their side there, Nottingham. But again, a really scrappy piece of play there to allow that chance.
Hazelton restarts then, looks long into Anderson. Seems their best port of call is to hit the pivot and look in support so far. Anderson seems really adept at holding that ball up. And likewise, Lewis Powell, we know the scorer of both of Nottingham's goals, but they've got to get support in there quicker, Louis, haven't they?
Yeah, dare I say it, my friends from East Riding would be saying about shelling the ball into the pivot at this stage.
Oh, nice turn. Really well, Meadows, and a good save as well. Referee blows, free kick.
Yeah, I think there was a pullback there just as she was taking the shot, and again some good refereeing, and this is an excellent chance here for Nottingham to set up a free kick and a potential route back into the game.
Really good area, and a yellow card as well for Emma Wallace. And also yellow for Brown as well, I presume, for the protest.
I think it was a mistaken identity. I think it might have been he gave the yellow card to the wrong player, and then he rescinded it. And
so 4-player wall, 3 now with Doody just breaking off, but a chance here if Nottingham will something. There we go, direct shot, but Emily Jacobs grabs their 3rd goal. Really good strike. Sometimes the simple routines are the best ones, aren't they? Hit the target, shoot hard and low.
Matt, it works for me. Like there, I think you've got to shoot. You've just got to go full power, hit the target, and something will happen.
Emily Jacobs with the goal, her team's 3rd, and a lifeline perhaps in this Bucks Championship final.
And just something to keep an eye on with 11:44 to go. Both teams on 4 fouls, so that may yet be a factor in the game.
Anderson and Jacobs combine well just to stop Doody there, and Hamblin has clear possession. Good tackle from Hamblin, strong challenge, and Meadows can come away with it. Gatt as well, equally.
Yeah, I think the one thing here is now Nottingham just need to make sure that the next 3 or 4 minutes they're in control of the game and they don't allow Durham to respond.
King will go long. Again, looking for Doody. Jacobs, the latest goal scorer, heads clear. Will be another kick in. Brown looks for Wallace. Wallace looks to turn it round the corner. Immediately, Gatt and Meadows are battling, and Alex Gatt does really well to win her team a corner, and positive sign for Durham. There's Wallace. There's Doody. And just like we've seen previously in this game, Durham responds straight away. Niamh Doody's first of the game. And I have to say, Louis, no less than she deserved. She's been excellent.
Yeah, but it's just an absolute killer for Nottingham. Every time they get themselves a lifeline into the game, it's a goal conceded, and it's just extremely tough to try and mount an attempt in the gate to get back in the game when that keeps happening.
There's Jacobs, strikes straight at Anna King, and King just taking her time. There's Wallace, looks forward for Brown. Miscued though.
I think the players need to own that really, because they're out there. They have to understand the rhythm of the game and what's needed in certain situations. These are experienced players. Nottingham undefeated in the league season, so it's for Jake Paul sitting on the side there, it will be quite frustrating.
Yeah, really frustrating moments, aren't they, when you're in that situation. We've all been there as coaches. Needless foul, silly foul, and the 5th one of the half. Doody gives it away, but clever skill by Jacobs, but no need to make that challenge in this situation. And now 10 minutes to go. Durham on 5 fouls. As you touched on earlier, Louis, that could play a pivotal part. Jacobs to take, looks long for Anderson. Anderson gets hold, but passes loose, and Dale's able to tow it away for a kick in. I think it's those kind of moments, isn't it, where when that ball goes into Anderson there, they just need to have a little bit more quality, more like this, to be honest. And there we go, great save, King. Much better by Nottingham. Anderson's feet, really good to wriggle free. The keeper does well.
Yeah, they got a round of applause from the Nottingham bench. That was a really slick bit of play there. Good turn, but an equally good save from the keeper. She just sort of took that in her midriff, so probably slightly winded.
Referee happy that she is okay to continue, and Nottingham have the kick in. Jacobs straight at Anna King, who clutches this one. Gets the ball restarted with Brown. Jacobs in quickly against Doody. Good turn, really good turn by Meadows, but equally good goalkeeping from King.
That's what you want to see from your goalkeeper, recognise the danger and then get out there and snuff it.
Jacobs. Chance here maybe for Doody. No, marshalled by Meadows, turned it round. Chance for Hamblin to come forward. Anderson, Wallace does well, really well. But Jacobs in quickly, as was Brown. Game's just got a touch scrappy. Here's Jacobs. Nottingham bench wanted a foul, but not for me, I don't think.
Yeah, it was. I don't think there was an attempt to take her out, but then the ball was running away as well. But Jake Paul having a word with Ollie Ballinger, trying to convince him otherwise. I think when you're 7-3 down, you know, I don't blame him for asking for the foul.
Of course not. We've all been there. We've all done it. It's a good challenge by Jacobs. Keeper Hazelton does well, and I tell you, just for a split second there, I thought that was beating Anna King. If it had any pace on it, I think it might have.
Yeah.
There's Doody. Great feed. Durham threatening again. Hazelton has to be called into action.
Yeah, in this 5-foul situation, you're certainly looking to your dribblers and your 1v1 players to try and draw something from the opposition.
Corner comes to nothing, but Durham will retain possession. You hear the call really clear from the Nottingham bench there, asking their team to go higher, asking them to put a bit of pressure on. They know they need that ball back as quickly as possible. 8 minutes to go. Find themselves 7-3 down in Butch Championship final against reigning champions Durham, looking for their 3rd straight year. Jacobs does well. Good feet, maybe got caught overplaying, but has support. Nottingham come forward. Chance maybe. Ooh. He took his time, but eventually I think he comes to the right decision, and that is a penalty.
100% a penalty, Matt. That was a really good play bit of play from her there, and I think I've got no issue with the referees just taking a little bit longer, just see it in their mind, replay it in their mind, and then be sure. But we've got to the right conclusion in the end, and this, because it's in the penalty area, it's a penalty. It won't be a 10-metre penalty.
A chance though for Jacobs to bring the deficit down to 3 once again. Referee Ricky Ansher just making sure players are the right distance away from the ball. Here is Jacobs. And she does it. 7-4. Emily Jacobs, 2nd of the game. And you know,
I think in the last 2 or 3 minutes, she's been really influential in the game. She's suddenly got the bit between her teeth and driven this team on.
so sometimes in these moments, you need big moments call for big players. And Emily Jacobs certainly is stepping up for her team at the moment. We go again in quickly to snuff out any threat from Doody.
Yeah, it's an interesting part of the game here. 7:30 to go, 7-4 Durham, 6 fouls so far committed by Durham.
Chance for Hutchins, missed kick, keeps it alive though. Meadows, blocked. Jacobs and Doody renew their battle. And again, Jacobs coming forward, chance maybe. I think she chose the wrong decision there, should maybe go down the outside. And in the end, half chance comes to nothing. Hamblin with the kicking. And a speculative one from Jacobs. So here Chris Saul just telling his team to calm down. 7 minutes left, still have that 3-goal lead. No need for them to panic yet, they just need to manage this game out. Hamblin in quickly. Chance maybe, no, into keeper's hands and a chance of a breakaway here. Durham flooding forward, here's Dale. Goes back to Brown. Brown looking forward for Doody, Jacobs there again. And in the end, the ball runs through to Anna King, who will be happy to let it run behind for a goal clearance.
Yeah, that was a really good attack. And Helena Meadows was unmarked on the left-hand side of the court. And if they'd just seen her and rolled her into her, that was just going to be an easy tap-in for her.
Here is Helena Meadows. She goes back to Jacobs. And again, has some space on that left-hand side. Meadows looks forward, nice ball, looking for Hutchins. And again, I think the interesting thing here, Louis, is Lewis Powell, not many minutes again in this half, despite having quite a heavy impact on the game. Brown. Durham flood forward again. Here's Dale. Looking for Doody, Jacobs in quickly.
I think you can. There's a little bit of uneasiness now, isn't there, about Durham? They're not quite so sure of themselves. And Nottingham, here we go.
There's Hutchins does well. Can she find a pass? No, she can't. Dale in quickly, just got caught in two minds there, Eleanor Hutchins. And a chance maybe for them to break. No, there's a chance for Hamblin instead. Dale recovers well.
Yeah, it's a very good challenge there.
One she had to make and had to time well.
It's a tricky one for Jake Paul. I just play.
Oh, Hutchins. Couple of nice touches and then didn't quite catch anything on the shot. But here she is again. Again, the ball just runs free from her. But with the help of a teammate, he's able to maintain possession. Wilshaw takes the kick in. It's Hamblin. Looks for Jacobs once again. Jacobs coming forward. Chance. No, good challenge by Brown. Chance to break away. Brown will go alone. Really direct. Good save, Hazelton. Really positive from Erin Brown.
Yeah, Hazelton there. She did really well. Just kept her form there. Didn't panic.
It should be more called upon, you would imagine, in these later stages as Nottingham try to press and probe for a way back into this one. They're going to need their goalkeeper, Dale. Looks for Brown, and as we've touched on already, and ever present in this game so far, here's Lewis Powell. Getting onto court, straight back into the action. Jacobs. Lewis Powell on this side. Again, Nottingham just didn't see it. Had room. Immediately looking to attack that second post.
Yeah, the point I was going to try and make was that we've now got under 5 minutes, and the situation with Jake Paul is 7-4, but he's got the 10-metre penalty option if it happens for him, but also when does he, if he does at all, go fly?
Durham kicking. And it will be Wallace to take it. One of two players for Durham who's got a hat-trick in this one, Emma Wallace. And here she is, coming forward again, searching for another maybe. Doody, good effort, speculative one, but tight angle, asking a lot of her, but certainly has the ability, Neve Doody. Jacobs, Lewis Powell, here's Wilshaw, finds Hamblin wide on this right hand side. Good challenge by Wallace.
Yeah, solid challenge.
Again, one you have to get right. Jacobs. Hamblin looks for Wilshaw in the middle. Wallace again in strong. Perhaps a shout there from the Nottingham bench.
Yeah, I thought that was a foul there myself, if I'm honest.
Oh, great feat, Lewis Powell does well. Keeper does it equally well, Anna King. And the ball goes behind for a corner. King down, just heavy contact there. But yeah, I'm in agreement with you. That challenge in the middle, I think, felt like too much contact, didn't it?
I think we got Jake Powell there. He was having a quick word with Ollie Ballinger on the sideline there, but.
Lewis Powell can't keep the shot down, and time just starting to creep up on Nottingham now. Here's Meadows. Lewis Powell does well, but so does Dale. Doody and Jacobs renew that battle. This time Durham able to just retain. No. Hamblin to Meadows, and Jacobs will maintain possession. Lovely ball by Hamblin, looking for Lewis Powell, who immediately looks to turn and engage. And we get our first time out of the half. Called by Nottingham. Louis, important one?
Yeah, I suspect, are we looking at a fly keeper here? I'm not sure who he would use as his fly keeper, or is he just trying to look at what they're doing in? I think we're going fly keeper here.
Yeah, fly goalkeeper routine being set up here as we approach the end of this one. Slightly over 3 minutes left. Nottingham 3 goals behind, looking for a route back into it.
Yeah, they'll just need to hear Durham to just be careful, because they're still on those the 10 metre penalty options in play for Nottingham in this, and just need to be a little bit careful. They don't get too carried away going to make a rash challenge and then 7-5, 7-6, and then suddenly we're in a helter-skelter last minute or so. They'll just need to defend this properly, defend the space, just let them play their passes and run the clock down. So Nottingham have got their fly goalkeeper prepared.
Not used it straight away though, so perhaps next phase, well,
there's not much time left, Matt, for them under 3 minutes. So.
I'm surprised they didn't just bring him on straight away, to be honest, especially when a set piece comes to nothing like that one. So easy one for Durham, but Hamblin does well. Ball's ricocheting around. And Durham have possession with the kicking.
You know, with 2:44 now, Nottingham's options are really limited, because they've only got one option, that is to go and press the ball hard and try and win it back.
Yeah, it feels like a chance missed on that timeout, doesn't it? Not to go straight into that fly goalkeeper routine. Hazelton looking long, can't find Lewis Powell. Hamblin able to retrieve and find Jacobs. Jacobs coming forward. Good ball off the post. Oh, I was going to say, which way is he going to give that? He's giving it against Durham.
Yeah, that's going to be a 10 metre penalty. Yeah, she just flew into that challenge And I do think that was a foul. It was a clear foul.
It's one that, if you're challenging with the ferocity that Becky Lovelace did, you have to make it, don't you? Here we go then. Emily Jacobs with a chance to bring this to a 2-goal game. Already scored from 6 metres. Now has the chance from 10. Jacobs can't find the target. Have to say, much harder than they look them, aren't they, Louis? Not much of a target from that sort of range, but should be forcing a save at least.
Yeah, they're incredibly difficult to score, and it is a real art to do those, to take those 10-metre penalties. But I think you kind of feel now that that opportunity may have gone for Nottingham with just over 2 minutes to go to get 3 goals to at least get penalties.
Durham happy just to recycle the ball. Goes back to Dale, who looks into the pivot. Good save, Hazelton. Hamblin trying to keep the ball in play. Can only find touch further down the court. And now, just under 2 minutes. Durham will just look to manage the rest of this game out. Wallace comes across to take the kick in. She goes back to Dale. Dale finds Gat. Gat just trying to wriggle free of Meadows. Can only find touch and a chance maybe for Nottingham now to build something. Still no fly goalkeeper. Hamblin looks for Lewis Powell down the line. Ball across court. Meadows can't make anything of it, and suddenly it's Durham who are trying to come away. And all getting a little bit frantic, a little bit scrappy for Nottingham. Jacobs finds Meadows. Will look long. Loose pass. Gat will seize upon it. Looks for Wallace on this side. Lovely touch inside. Good strike. That seals it. Emma Wallace's 4th of the game. And it's a quality goal from Durham's number 3.
Yeah, and you feel that is definitely the game over now, and Durham are going to go on to their 3rd successive championship.
Jacobs finds Hamblin. Hamblin with room. Takes a shot. Only finds Anna King. Inside the final minute. Jacobs again in early. And another 10-metre penalty here. Some confusion here between...
Saying it's a 10-metre penalty.
Yeah. A lot of confusion here between referees, benches and players asking what they wanted to do. And Esther Perry just sort of reminding them that it is a 10-metre.
Yeah, you only get an option to take it from somewhere else if the penalty is within 10 metres of the goal. Then you can, if the foul's there, then you can opt to take within that 10-metre or the 10-metre penalty spot. But outside of that, it's got to be on the 10-metre penalty spot.
Nottingham's number 50, Thea Clerkin, onto court to take this one. Can she have any joy where Jacobs didn't? She hits the target, but she finds Anna King, and it's a great save from the Durham keeper. Nottingham corner. Good strike again by Anderson. Just over. Well, when called upon, Anna King's been exceptional, hasn't she, Louis?
Yeah, they've definitely tested her in this second half, and I think Nottingham have definitely been a much better team in this half and caused more problems. But I think overall you've got to give credit to Durham. They came out of the blocks, and whenever they got asked a question by Nottingham, they answered with a goal.
Long ball by King, looks for Lovelace, can't find anything now. Hazelton just looking long, only finds her opposite number. 30 seconds left, and King will also go long and ends up back with the opposite goalkeeper. Hazelton goes long again. In the end, the ball just ends up back with the opposite number.
Yeah, they're having a nice game of throw and catch.
Or a shell off, as the East Riding boys might say.
Yeah, we're definitely in shelling territory here.
So just a few seconds left then. Nottingham will continue to press, continue to probe. But Durham, whose fantastic efforts first half, mean that with just a few moments to go, they're looking at 3 straight Bucks Championship titles. Congratulations to Durham, thoroughly deserving of their win. Chris Shaw's team were exceptional in that first half. Emma Wallace in particular and Vicky Nyafine, they're the two who will get the plaudits with their goals, but in truth it's a whole team performance just to manage that game out and see off a spirited, determined, but in the end not quite good enough Nottingham effort on the day.
Yeah, commiserations to Nottingham. Said they thought they were very, very good in the second half, but congratulations to Durham. In women's university futsal, they are the gold standard, Matt, and if we want to beat them, we've got to be better, we've got to match them and be better on the court, off the court. To do that, to win 3 successive championships, let alone 1, that is a magnificent achievement, and those players and Chris Saul should be very, very proud of themselves, and they are deservedly the 2024 Women's Futsal National Champions of Bucks.
So we'll just take a look at the best moments from that game then, Louis. And it all started with a breakaway, didn't it really? A transitional goal. Emma Wallace winning that ball in the middle, and then Nyafine not giving up on it and just towing it past the keeper. And that was pretty much the story of Durham's half.
Yeah, I think for Nottingham, all the damage was done in the first half. To go in 4-1 down at half time, you know, it's going to need something monumental for them to come back and take the victory away from Durham. And they made their own problems really, Matt, in the first half, and they seemed to solve quite a few of them in the second half. But the 3-goal gap against a team of Durham's quality is always going to be really hard to overcome. You know, there was another example there, turnover of possession, really clinical finish there, set that one up, set the keeper up, and then this is again another, and really highlight the first half, sloppy play, out, quick transition, unselfish play, let's get the goal, doesn't matter who scores, what's good for the team is good for everyone.
Yeah, Durham ruthless and clinical in that first half, and also scorer of goals like this one. What a goal that is. I'm
going to say that was my favourite goal, that little flick, it was with the heel and the outside of the heel, and that was a perfectly weighted pass and a great finish.
Again, Lewis Powell, we saw, almost played a bit part role in the game, didn't she? But went on court, looked dangerous, looked a threat, and picked up 2 goals in that second post. This one, I still don't know, having watched it again, how Faydale keeps that alive, but once it comes across goal, it's a really good finish from Vicky Nyafine. That's that to pick out her hat-trick. Jacobs did get one back from this free kick, and you just felt, okay, maybe at this stage, can Nottingham get back into it?
But Durham, just every time this happened in the game, and you thought, okay, Nottingham, just get control of the game. But Durham came back. They just had a reply every time. Nottingham looked like they were going to claw themselves back into the game, and you just have to have that momentum.
Jacobs did get her second from the 6-metre spot. Later on, couldn't find a third, and that was before Emma Wallace grabbed her 4th, her team's 8th, and crowned a really good afternoon's work for a relentless, experienced Durham unit that will be delighted to win their 3rd Bucks Championship in a row. Congratulations to Chris and the girls, really good effort, and commiserations to Nottingham. I know it's a group that's worked tirelessly all season, Louis, to reach the levels of this Durham team and really try and push on, and they'll be hurting right now, but they've had a fine season regardless, and it's some achievement just to be here, as we've touched on previously in the day.
Yeah, these 2 universities, they're high performance universities. Their programs are really respected, and they'll be disappointed. I spoke to Jake before, and he felt that that they had a real chance in the game, but the head start that Durham got made it really difficult for them to get within touching distance, and on the day Durham were just too good.
The challenge for the rest of the country now is, how do we stop them?
Well, firstly, I think as coaches we have to be better. We've got to go back and working within our environment. It's easy to say, you can look at what Nottingham have, the resources they have, and but I look at a university at St Mary's where I worked up in February. We're a tiny university with 4,500 students, small football program, 1 futsal team, but we went third and then won the Bucks Prem South, and it is possible. I think it requires a lot of sacrifice from the players. We've got to remember they're students, a lot of them are full-time students, and all that goes with that. But I think if you can set the right environment, these teams are there to be challenged. They're not unbeatable, but I think you've got to be really dedicated, and you've got to be doing what they're doing and probably a little bit more.
I'd like to say challenge accepted. I'm sat watching that game as it was on, and watching the Derby girls who won the Bucks Trophy earlier on today, watching this one intently. There'll be a group that will be hoping that they can make this step up and go in and challenge with both of these 2 teams next season.
Yeah, I think it's just having that belief as well. I think sometimes we see the badges there of Nottingham, Durham, and there's sometimes we go, oh, they're too big to be beaten, but they're not. They're there to be challenged. I remember last year we played Jake's Nottingham, and we lost 7-6 with 18 seconds to go. We were very, very close, and just unfortunately, that bit of game management from them, and we just didn't have it, and it was, they are reachable, but it's the consistency of their standards, and it can't just be 1 session or 2 sessions. It has to be week in, week out, month in, month out, and commit. And you have to be there. You have to. It's not just about the process. Are you engaging in that process? Are you actively engaged in that process? You get sent footage. Are you looking at your footage? Are you doing the stuff in the gym? Are you looking after yourself on the outside of the court? As we see Nottingham come up and get their runners or their silver medals.
So we touched on it earlier in the day, Louis. We were excited, both of us. I think have seen a lot of NFS games this year, probably seen our own Bucks games, but not seen a lot of things around us. And I think we were both interested to see what quality we'd see on court. How many players do you think you've seen today that would benefit from playing in the National Futsal Series as well, and playing at the real sharp end of the sport?
Yeah, I think in the 2 women's games we've seen today, I think there's players, in every like what your player Emily Brett at Derby. I mean, her playing regularly at NFS level, exposed to that. I think there's a player who's got huge potential. Like as a player, I really liked her, what she did today. She's an exciting player. She's a player that will get you out your seat in a game.
And we just pause as Nottingham receive the last of their silver medals, and here come the champions, relentless. And at this moment, this Durham machine, as you called it earlier, is just rolling on, isn't it? And it's about the rest of us finding a way to stop them moving forwards.
Yeah, it's no fluke that they've won 3 in a row. They've got a settled coach, a pro that has got a very clear plan, both in possession, out of possession, on transitions. I was watching the warm-ups. They clearly respect him as a coach, and they've really engaged and committed to this. And once again, they are worthy champions. And for all of us sitting here watching at home in the arena. You know, we've got to go away over the summer and work out how we can be better than them.
So here we go then. Emma Wallace, 4 goals today, and she comes across and will lift the Bucks Championship for a 3rd straight season. Congratulations to Durham. Congratulations to Chris Sewell. Congratulations to his team. They are deserved Bucks Women's Championship winners yet again. Big thank you from me, Matt Hardy, and Louis alongside me for a fantastic day of futsal action. Thanks for joining us. We look forward to being with you again this time next year. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bucks is back, and it's bigger than ever.
We've got a man in the corner, and it's caught!
Can he hold them off? The roof will be raised in front forward.
Like an enemy in the night, mission impossible for 2.
Both teams hungry, desperate to win that title.